Okay. Okay. Happy good Monday morning. It's Motivational Mondays. And I'm Rina Mora, and you are Tanya Mack, and you get to go.
Awesome. Hi. My name is Tania Mack. I am a certified transformational health coach. I help people who are struggling on the dieting roller coaster achieve food freedom by creating a healthy relationship with food and their body.
And I am Rina Mora. I am a visionary life and business coach with Tiny But Mighty Coaching. As a business coach, I focus on foundation, growth, and sustainability, helping my clients create systems that promote more efficiency, productivity, and prosperity. And as a life coach, I help you get reacquainted with your true self so you can live your most authentic, best life. And today we're going to talk about our most authentic, best lives, huh?
We never know. We
Just
never
kidding.
know.
It's Monday. We are here to motivate you and to remind you that you are not alone and fumbling around in your mornings.
Not one bit.
Not one bit. So what's going on? How are things as you just finished? Okay, so actually let's talk about you just completing your program that you're putting out.
Oh yeah.
Those have
So,
really cool things. And maybe we just share the process of that if any of you out there are wanting to create your own program.
yeah, so no, I just decided because I'm all about little challenges, right? If I'm not challenging myself, I feel like, I'm not doing anything. So I just felt like now that it's kind of spring has sprung, we always talk about spring cleaning the house and stuff like that. So I thought about doing a little life refresh. So kind of spring cleaning for your life. And so it's a 5-day email series, and every day you will get an email from me with a different topic to focus on. But basically, what we do is take a look at diet, sleep, mindset. What's the other one?
Diet, sleep,
Doesn't matter. You know what?
mindset, movement.
Maybe it's movement. Yes. I'm all surprised.
I'm like, what is the other thing that you want us to do?
Exactly, movement. So we're going to take a look at all of those 5 areas in life and see where we can spruce them up and improve a little bit and create some renewed motivation to move forward. And, kind of now that the warm weather's coming, I think it's a great time to do all of that.
So now, is this something that we're going to do for yourself and decide to create a program to help to share with others? Or
honestly, I'm always thinking about new things to share with the people around me, with my clients, whoever feels like they need a reboot in life. So yeah, it was just something I always do, a little something around springtime. So I thought that might be helpful.
I like it. Then when are you starting this?
That kicks off next Monday. So you can sign up for it now with the link somewhere.
I think it's
Yeah, so you can sign up. You have all week to sign up. You will receive a welcome email, and then you will start getting your daily content starting on Monday.
That's fun. I just launched my project too, my new group coaching program. And the thing I'm learning, like a year ago, you and I talked about creating programs and groups. And, I've always wanted to do a self-study, but I realized that first you got to actually do like the group study to figure out what people really want and really like.
Yeah. That's helpful.
But what's really cool about it is it allows for me, the reason I like doing the group is it allows me to reach 2 different types of business professionals, right? Because my one-on-one coaching is a lot more in depth, a lot more elevated, and might not be suited for the new business owner. And I've been sharing what I'm doing with some people in my accountability groups, because we know I'm in like 5 different programs. Just kidding, it's 3. But but it's been really cool to get other people's feedback, because when you do a program, it's like, how would I have liked to have learned this information?
Right.
So mine is done in 4 weeks. So it's basic business knowledge, business foundation, creating your systems, and your statements, like how do you get clear on your message?
Mhm.
And it's so much fun. Like who knew that like brainiac stuff having to think would be so much fun? But when I the first time I did it, it was so hard. Like, getting in your own way of like what keeps you from doing something, like
Yeah.
creating that.
So what were some of your challenges? Because I think it's fun to do things in groups, actually. Like sometimes I prefer group coaching over one-on-one coaching for myself to participate.
Right, because there's so much more support. And well, when I first did it at the beginning of the year in January, I just had an idea of what I wanted it to look like. And as one of my clients said, he's like, it's like I said it last week, like it's like drinking out of a fire hose because it's so much information. And I was nervous about that. So that kept me from actually putting it out when I wanted to the first time around. This time I just put it out, and now I'm in the editing process of like, how do I make it more digestible? And
Mhm.
really, do I want to make it more digestible, or do I just want to give them as much as I can? Because they get the recordings, like they get a
Yeah.
recording of every session. So it's that trying to, figuring out what works. Like I'm hoping that after doing this class, I'll figure out if the next class really wants all that information or if I can like shave some stuff off. But it's the learning process of like, okay, how do you do it? What do you do? And you just do. That if there was one,
Second group.
this is the second time I'm doing this course.
Yeah. So what feedback did you get from the first group?
I got really great feedback. They really enjoyed the information. Again, it was a lot,
Mhm.
but they all had their vision of their business from when we started to when we ended had changed because they realized that what they thought they wanted wasn't all really theirs. It
Mhm.
was what people had told them they should do, and just, taking everybody's opinion and creating it into what you feel like is your own. And then going through the work and doing the modules and having these group sessions with other people and hearing that, oh, yeah, me too. And yeah, and oh, I should be having joy in my work. Oh, and then their aha, I loved the aha moments. The
Yeah,
like,
wasn't there?
oh my gosh, do like one gal was like, do less. I should be doing less. And more stuff started happening.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. I can relate to that so much because when I first started my business, things were going great. It wasn't until I got in my head and people started shooting on me in terms of like marketing and all that kind of stuff where I ended up stuck because I felt so burned out. I was trying to do all the things and I was half-assing them instead of doing less and doing them well and consistently. So I totally relate to that. I feel like that was one of my stumbling blocks.
and it's interesting because I focus a lot on time management and task management. So in order to have better time management and task management, we create systems because I'm the systems geek. So I teach them how to do that. But when you really look at time management, it's fascinating how we try to do so much and then we get overwhelmed. And then
Mhm.
so we don't do anything at all, or we don't do as much. And then we beat ourselves up for what we don't get done versus, rewarding ourselves for what we do get done. Cause what gets acknowledged gets repeated, right?
Right.
And I learned a lot from the people taking my course. And so I applied the do less and I was like, oh, if you do less and you really take the time to focus on the activity at hand,
Hmm.
it's you stop trying to go back to it every day for 20 minutes and you get it done.
Right.
And then you spread everything out. I love the do less.
Hey, you don't need to twist my arm to do less. Just saying. Really.
It,
It's magical.
it is magical. And also, like, I like do less, but with saying that, I also I'm antsy, so I have
Mhm.
to feel like I'm getting a lot of things done in that
Right.
do less. So I found that I got to focus a lot more on the activity at hand instead of trying to rush through it. that's all I had to do for the day. And
We
do
do it better, right? It's do less and do better. That's what I feel like, because if I don't feel rushed and stressed and I don't know, trying to do a million things, then I do what I need to do better.
and really and the doing less with more focus. It's so funny because, again, I said I'm in a lot of courses, but that methodology, is that what I'm trying to say? I think so.
Mhm.
When it is exactly in alignment with one of the things I'm doing in one of my courses, where she's like, you have to look at the things that you want to change right now. What do you want to improve in right now? And then that's what you focus on. You don't focus on all the things you want to improve on. You pick
Yeah.
one and then you focus on it, and then you continue to build upon it and add. And so the do less theory is like, oh yeah, so I'm not doing them all. I'm just doing the one thing that's going to move that needle point, and then I can
Mhm.
move on to the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I mean, it's like that in the health and wellness world, right? That's what I do with my clients. We can't change somebody's health overnight. We can't get to the goals overnight as much as you would all want to get your results overnight. It doesn't work like that. So, yeah, we do need to tackle things one thing at a time and work on things one at a time and do them consistently so that we can get those results. So, yeah, it's like that in business, like that in health, it's like that in every area of your life.
I think that we all need to be reminded often, which is why I'm going to bring it up again, that being patient with your process. It's
You know how many times I say process? So my clients here trust the process, or it's a process. Like I don't, I mean, I've lost count probably a million times by the time they're done working with me.
Should we think of something fun for you to say instead?
Yes, yes, I need something new that's the same thing, that means the same thing, but just different.
You need a thesaurus.
Um,
But it is, it's a process, right? It's a choice. It's a, you know, uh, I don't know, like it's a map. There's a roadmap, and there's going to be detours. There's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be closures where you have your meltdown, and, and then you got to like back it up and sometimes get towed out of there, but you just start again. Like, it's a metaphor for life, right? And
yeah,
journey,
honestly, I feel like it's just
enjoy the
like,
journey. Be honest with your journey. Sometimes your journey is going to suck, but if you stick to it, it'll get better and you'll like the results. Oh my gosh, you'd be so proud of me. Last night I went to almost eat something I didn't need to at a really late hour. And I was like, you're not honoring your commitments. This is not going to nourish you at this hour. And I was like, that's okay. I'll be okay with that. And I was like, no, I'm not. I walked away.
well, see, but that's the thing. That's cool because you could have chosen to consciously emotionally eat, right? And that's okay. But here's the thing, I want you to know that that is okay. And I'll tell you why, because you're doing it consciously, right? So you're making the choice. Where it becomes a problem is where you do it unconsciously without paying attention to the reasons why you're eating. Because even if you consciously chose to eat when you weren't hungry, you could have still, or, you could have, yes, you could have still,
It's the morning time. Look at, I'm on my second cup of coffee and I still haven't caught up.
I've had like 3. So my brain's moving too quickly for my mouth today. Right. So even if you have chosen to eat, you could have still gone through the process of asking yourself why, right? And then learn something rather than doing it unconsciously, then feeling guilty about doing it and going down that rabbit hole.
Do you want to know? Okay, so I know this conversation is all over the place and we usually have some kind of topic, but today we're just going to let coffee take the wheel. Because I never get to ask you these questions, and I'm wondering if people wonder. Um, so like for myself, I've had the conversation of like, yeah, I don't care. I'll feel bad about it in the morning, but right now I'm just unconsciously eating for the sake of random, not necessarily pleasure, but just to do and And my stubborn little girl's like, yeah, we're just doing it.
Yeah. Well, is there a question before I
Well, I
start
mean, is that normal?
responding?
Like, is that like, how do you fix that one?
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, we want to kind of think things through, right? So that's again the power of the pause. So before we go ahead and eat that thing, it's like, okay, how am I going to feel? If you've acknowledged that you're going to feel shitty the next day because you're not hungry, what else can you do? Well, first of all, we want to identify the need that you have, right? Because it's obviously not hunger because you've acknowledged that you're not hungry, but you just want to eat this thing anyway. So what is that need that you are trying to meet, and can we do it without using food?
You know what's going to happen now that we've had this conversation is I'm going to have that conversation with myself standing in the corner of my kitchen being like, okay, but now why am I okay with this? And I will end up
It's
turning.
not even that. It's not why you're okay with this. It's like, what do I need right now? So what's happening inside of me? Like, do I
Normally, I
need
need to
to
go to bed. I just need to go to bed. I just need to go lay
well, there
down
you
and go to
go.
bed.
Get your ass to bed.
That's what I did.
Yeah, but if it's happening at a time that's not bedtime, for example, and you are like in the middle of your work day, like really just identifying what that's about. For me, when I go snack-a-doodling when I'm not hungry, it's because I'm procrastinating with something work related, right? So then I
Yes.
ask myself, okay, what can I do instead of eating? Because I know if I go through the motion of eating when I'm not hungry, then A, I'm not honoring my body. I'm not honoring my hunger. So what do I really need? Do I just need to go outside and get some fresh air? Like I definitely don't need to eat because I'm not hungry.
I will tell you what I've learned about that is that like during the day, I
Mm-hmm.
don't nibble so much because I'll get caught up. But because I've had the conversation with myself of like really identifying my habits, my procrastination habits,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the first thing, right? Like becoming aware of what your procrastination looks like.
Yeah.
So mine looks like getting up and going
I
into
love
the
how
gym.
we're always flip-flopping from health to
Yeah.
business.
So, but
Or
when I call it out, when I finally give it a name, it doesn't happen as often
right.
until, so that's the what I have learned. And I laugh, and I think I've told you this before because you're in my head so much more these days. I
Ah,
I was at a friend's for the weekend with my sister, and we were talking about eating and chewing. I was like, yeah, I chew my food a whole lot more now because one day we were having lunch and she made an observation about somebody else, and I was like, oh damn, I don't chew enough. So like I love having you as a friend because it's a different type of awareness. And I think, ah, a nice little point I'm going to make. This is why you work with a coach.
right. Well, on that note, you hit the nail on the head. It's all about awareness. When we shine a light on something, that's the first step to creating change, right? Because you can't unlearn things that you've learned, right? And so when clients tell me like they freak out about, going back to who they used to be, I mean, if you've gone through the process with me, I can almost guarantee that you cannot go back to who you used to be. You might, I don't know, veer off course a little bit, but you will never be able to go back to who you used to be because you have literally changed your core beliefs about things, your identity. We've done so much work. That work is not for no reason. It's not because I'm bored and I want to put you through it, right? That work.
Right.
So
You're like,
like,
we're going to do.
well, I want to watch my clients suffer. No, I don't do that. I do that to help you transform. And that's what the transformation is all about. It's about doing that work, learning the thing, bringing awareness to why you're doing things. Because that's the reason why you will achieve food freedom and you will achieve success in your health goals because you won't be able to go back. That path is full of weeds now. We weed whacked and bush bashed a new path. So the old one is
The bush
no
bash to
longer
do.
there. Bush bashed a new one.
Yeah,
And it's
no,
tough. If you think about weed whacking, it's freaking hard. So there's the process. It's not always going to be easy. You got to whack those weeds and you got to walk that path several times until it actually makes a clear path, right?
yeah, no, it's true. I'm sitting here and
I'm
I'm
such a
listening to you,
genius.
and I'm like, you're right, because I think and I don't think that is also like I think in any line of coaching, the whole objective is to coach your clients into the things that work for them that get them the results that they want. So they have to unlearn the habits. And
Right.
as those things work, you're not going to go back to what doesn't work. It's about really sticking to the process in the beginning because it's uncomfortable. Because you're
Yeah.
breaking in that new system, you're breaking in your new habits, you're breaking in your new pair of
Like
shoes.
new running shoes, people. My runners
Yes,
out
I
there. You
just
know how brutal it is to break in a new pair of running shoes, especially if you run long distances. Like, oh my gosh, holy moly.
yeah. And,
Yeah, you got to
and
do.
then the benefits, right? Like the benefit that comes with having the proper equipment properly broken in and how it gets you to that end game, the result that you're looking for. It's just
Mhm.
it is about changing the process and not just learning new things, but really unlearning the things that haven't served you and the comfortability of the things that don't serve you. Like, that makes you uncomfortable. Like trying to, you cross your arms, you cross them this way, you try to cross them the other way, it doesn't work. So you want to go back. Like,
Oh yeah, that's weird.
yeah. But if you did that enough times, you could teach yourself to be okay with that. And I think that is like the perfect metaphor for like when we're learning a new process. Like it's uncomfortable at first. Even
Yeah.
if it's for the best, it's going to be uncomfortable until you get used to it, until you make it your own, until it becomes your new way, your new habit, your new lifestyle, your new choices, you know, but it's a process. It's a journey. We'll say journey from now on.
It is a journey. Well, actually, you guys start brushing your teeth with your opposite hand. I'm going to do that until it becomes normal. I think I just gave myself a challenge.
Let's see how that goes with your other your new start. Start with your challenge and to just sweeten the pot, we're gonna change the way we brush our teeth.
I'll let you know next time we speak.
So I mean, I guess we were a little all over the place today, but lots of good things. Like it is like what makes you want to change your
I
mind?
don't know. I think the squirrels out there might appreciate this conversation. If you're like a squirrel,
Yeah, we we did bounce around quite a bit, but I mean, I think the couple things we talked about doing less,
Mhm.
but more focused,
Yeah.
which I am really loving that right now. And
Awareness.
also, you know, um,
Awareness.
what?
Awareness.
Awareness. I was like, what are you talking? Say the whole word louder. Awareness. Awareness is huge. Like awareness is everything. If you're aware, like the more you can call yourself out and be aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it, I think it helps you stay on the line.
Yeah, totally.
Then that is kind of one of the purposes of affirmations, right? Like saying what you want to be aware of it so your actions mirror what you're saying, not
Yeah,
just
yeah, kind of. But I mean, also like I think it's to snap you out of autopilot, right?
yes.
If you're on autopilot and you're just grabbing snacks or eating, food in front of the TV at night because it's just what you do, then bringing awareness to that and really digging in and trying to understand why you do that is,
Yeah, and we talked about that with procrastination too, like just being aware of your habits. Like I would
my
say
procrastination.
being mindful of your actions during the day, like just in general, like
Yeah.
really knowing why you're doing the things you're doing. I bet you if we all paid attention to the things we do every day, we would figure out how much time we really waste.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I've started mapping out my days a little bit differently. And I'm like, ooh, what I learned is I need a break in the middle of the day where I'm just like, nope, no worky time. This happens right around 4 o'clock. I close
Mm.
everything down. I go like be a person for a minute.
Be a person.
No texts, no emails, no, you know,
Oh, I get so sick of my phone sometimes. I mean, a lot of the time I'm just like, I don't want to, like my hand starts to hurt. I'm like, off.
my
Ew.
phone's been on silent a lot more lately, and it has been a lovely, lovely thing.
Oh, my phone's always on silent. That's why I miss a lot of things. Like yesterday. But also I was getting my nails done, but but generally speaking, I don't get dings.
Yeah, I've even like been putting it on the other side of the room, but just, being aware of the things that distract me and my phone being one of them. Like, so having that awareness to like do less, be more focused on what you have at hand.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the unlearning and the learning. Okay, guys, that's what you get for today.
And we're done.
And we're done. Okay, and you're gonna be so for the following week, you will be not here. You'll be
Correct.
with family, right? So
Yes,
you're
I will be in Australia with my family, which I'm
oh
super
fun.
excited about. I haven't been there in a long time, thanks to COVID. But now I'm very grateful I get to go there. So yeah, I'm going to be enjoying myself over there. So I think you will get one.
Well, I don't know who I will have a guest of some sort. And then we'll be back live. And so just to recap, Tanya has a program out right now that will go that you can sign up for in the link. You said 10-day, right?
No, 5 days. It's
Five
just
days.
a little email series. So a little refresh your life thingy.
You can do it for 10 days then. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, just repeat it. Do it 30. Repeat each day over and over again.
Hey, that
Hey,
is a great way to build a new habit.
I won't be sad about it.
No, I think that sounds like I'm gonna have to check that out. And then for any of you solopreneurs out there or small business owners that are looking to learn a little bit more about your business, tighten the ship, create more systems, I do have a business foundation, small business foundation group course. The link is, we decided it's down there. The link is in the description or in my bio, depends on how you're watching this. Really awesome program. And I'm just going to leave it at that because if you go to the page, you'll see all the information. But most importantly, we want you guys to have a great week. And if there is something that you would like us to talk about, because at this point, like nothing's off the table, just send us a message, put a comment down below. We are both happy to have consultations or discovery calls with you as well. But most importantly, we are here to entertain you and educate you in any way we possibly can.
Exactly. So I am going to sign off in good health to you all.
All righty. See you later, alligator.